Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Write, the series where we learn different aspects of writing together and grow as writers. I'm Ken Kwame, and today we're going to be discussing Show, Don't Tell. Show, don't tell is a principle in writing that states that information should be revealed through actions and sensory information rather than outright stated. It's a way of getting a reader immersed into the story, making it more of an experience than a series of details and events. I think a good illustration is a particular scene in 2018's Black Panther. When T'Challa's coronation is interrupted by grunting warriors, his sister Shuri asks a question.
Are they Jabari?
With just these 3 words, we learn that Shuri likely has not seen the Jabari in years, if she's ever seen them at all. But also pay attention to how the other characters react. W'Kabi almost steps forward to confront the Jabari. T'Challa looks less than pleased. The Wakandan onlookers are surprised. We, the audience, get confirmation that the Jabari haven't been to the coronation and also to wider Wakanda in a long time, and that the rest of Wakanda is perhaps suspicious if not slightly hostile towards them. So yes, essentially, what you want when applying Show Don't Tell is to let a movie play in your reader's mind. Let's contrast this example of showing with what would it look like if this were a piece of prose with a lot more telling.
On seeing the intruders, Shuri leaned closer to her mother in confusion. She had never seen Jabari before. The people of Wakanda were surprised. W'Kabi was angry that M'Baku and his men interrupted the ceremony. T'Challa was upset but determined to prove that he was worthy to inherit his father's throne.
Do you see how uninteresting that would have been? With Show, Don't Tell, the reader is more engaged with the text, more of an active participant. They interpret what is there and hopefully feel it more strongly. One of my personal pet peeves is when I read a story where the author both shows and tells. For example,
Are they Jabari? Asked Shuri. She'd never seen Jabari before.
or let's try a new example.
Can you ever forgive me? Samantha muttered, tears falling freely. Her mother's frown stayed where it was. She slapped Samantha so hard that the sound echoed all over the room, then marched away without a word. Clearly, that was a no.
These are examples of showing and then telling. The last parts add little or nothing because we've already got all we need to understand what's happening. Here are some more examples contrasting telling and showing. Telling.
Mia was hot.
Showing.
Mia wiped the sweat off her forehead and took another drink of her lemonade.
Telling.
It was sunrise.
Showing.
Pinks and oranges crept over the horizon and turned the clouds gold.
Telling.
Daniel was scared.
Showing.
Daniel let out a feeble cry and hid under the table.
Alright, so there are a few ways you can use Show Don't Tell. Number 1, you can use it to describe the setting. Instead of outright stating that it's winter, have your character pull their sweater close. Describe the crunch of snow beneath their feet. Maybe have them almost slip on the ice. Action is a good way to help your reader get a feel for the setting and how the character relates to it. Number 2, you can use it for characterization. You need to keep your characters distinct. They should all speak differently, move differently. Some should have nervous habits while others are more stoic. Let us see the things that make your characters who they are. On a side note, characters probably won't be practicing Show Don't Tell in their dialogue. For example, somebody is more likely to say, "He looked angry," than "He frowned at me." This is a good way to distinguish the character's voice from the narrator's. Number 3, and this is my favorite, you can use it to misdirect. In real life, we can't know what's happening in a character's mind. You might see someone tapping their finger and think that they're being impatient with you, when they're actually thinking about how their brother upset them. Somebody might be shaking their foot, and you might think they're nervous when they actually just want to pee. Misdirection is a classic use of Show Don't Tell. You see it in mystery, suspense, and other such genres. So this was just a quick breakdown of Show Don't Tell. Thanks to Justin of Half Alive Animations for lending his voice to this video. He's an artist and a bit of a storyteller himself, so please check out his channel. In the video description, you'll see a link to my blog post, where you can drop me some of your own pieces of prose putting Show Don't Tell into practice. I'd be glad to see you over there. Please leave a comment if you found this useful, and click the like button too. Also, be sure to tell me what other writer-led topics you want me to cover in this series. I've been Ken Kwame, and I'll see you next time.